Hey, thanks for stopping by Casks-n-Que, where whiskey and barbecue meet. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd. I have with me my good friend, Henry Turner.
Hello.
And today we have a special one.
It is 2024 George T Stagg. Giddy up.
Yeah, buddy. Tell us a little bit about this one.
All right, so drop a little history on this one. This is actually the 21st version of George T Stagg. It's been around for 22 years, going back to 2002. In 2021, Buffalo Trace decided not to release George T Stagg because they said it was not up for the quality of the whiskey. Mm-hmm. So everybody missed out on it for that year. The proofs have varied over the years from 116 to 144. This year, and the ages have gone between 15 and 18 years old. This year is a 15-year-old at 136.1 proof.
136.1, man. That one's got a little bit of power to it.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I can't wait. Let's get into it. All right, let's look at the color on this one, my friend.
Oh, it's just that nice, deep, rich, pure bourbon. No really off colors or off hints to it. Just that pure grain, lovely Kentucky juice.
So you can kind of see the legs on that thing and that beautiful brown color. Man. Well, let's nose it, taste it, and talk about it. All righty. I'm excited.
So I made the mistake of nosing this early, and I'm gonna let you nose it, but I've got my tasty note, and you're gonna enjoy this one. I know, right? I know, right?
That brings a smile to the old dome.
Look here. So have you been to Buffalo Trace?
Yes.
Okay, so this feels like somebody picked up the whole distillery, crumpled it together, and squeezed it out, and that's the scent that you get when they're squeezing that whole distillery. Like, it just smells like the essence of Buffalo Trace. That's about the best way I can describe this. Is it's everything good and wholesome and great with that distillery. That's my tasting note, and I'm going to live by it.
Okay. I'm going to take it to another level, a little more manageable. So I get butterscotch, warm caramel, melted butter. And yes, I really smell all that stuff.
Look here, you've got the
grape Kool-Aid.
That grape Kool-Aid that's in there too, yeah.
A little bit of oak. There's hardly any ethanol on this thing at all.
None whatsoever.
And it's
136.1. Oof.
Christmas spices, Christmas cake.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. There's a strong hint of vanilla right there.
I've had so many good memories of Buffalo Trace like that. I actually went there before I knew it was cool. My friend had a wedding there.
Oh, wow.
And she got, like, if you've been there, you know there's a cabin right next to the store.
Right.
Somehow she rented that out, and they had their wedding there.
Must have been some time ago.
It was probably about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, before the bourbon boom really happened again. And I didn't even know it. And there's no telling what the heck was in that stinking gift shop when I was there.
When I went, they just had Eagle Rare, and then they had Buffalo Trace, and well, their White Dog. You know, they sell their White Dog, and man, I think that was it. Everybody was trying to get Blanton's. Everybody was trying, all the LEs and everything.
I just got fond memories of that distillery, and I guess that's really what this takes me back to, is all the fond memories.
Yeah.
I can even smell like the rick house and the mash in the air in this bottle.
That's a beautiful grounds, like the distillery. It's just, you gotta go if you've never been. Seriously, my wife's vacuuming right now. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, I mean, you can sit there and nose this one all day, but you guys aren't going to sit there and watch us do that, so we got to drink it and talk about it.
Unfortunately, right?
Spice on the front palate. Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
The caramel, the vanilla, all the things I mentioned on the nose are on the palate as well.
It's very subtle up front. You get like a little hint of that nice little butteriness in the first couple of seconds, and it just really kind of chills out until it hits your palate. And you have that flavor just unload on your palate, pretty much about mid to back palate, and it just explodes into that like I would say almost banana nut bread or that dark cake flavor that comes across there. Just something that always resonates on my tasting note that I go to. And I'm talking about extremely, extremely strong. And then after that, it mellows out. And right now what I'm dealing with is just the finish is subtle, but it's still long. And I still got a little bit of that hanging on at the end here. I'd say that the finish is probably mid to long. Not very long.
Yeah, I would say mid to long too. Oh. Popped in my head and kind of made me giggle. Giggle. Men don't giggle. I laugh.
I just giggled.
Yeah. Plums.
Yeah.
And then once I thought plums, it reminded me of that Eastbound and Down episode with.
I love that show.
Yeah. In the plums.
Yeah. Well, look at that. And also, I say the other thing that hangs on at the very end is just that quintessential sweet, Kool-Aid, grape note that's in there. It's just, I'm still tasting that later after I finish the pour, and I haven't had another one yet. So, my goodness, this one delivers for an LA experience all day long.
I don't think George T Stagg giggled. That dude didn't giggle.
I found out that he was part of the Union Army during the Civil War, and he was a captain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Little research when you're trying to look into the bottle.
So he got done fighting in the war. Was like, I better drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, I didn't go further than him becoming a salesman for whiskey in St. Louis after the war, and I'm sure there was other things how he landed at, probably being at Stencilwell or something like that, or Buffalo Trace.
Those guys, they did what they had to do to make it through, right? Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah. Okay. Well, those are the kind of tasting notes I got on it. Let's go ahead and move on to the rating. What do you got, Henry? Oh, do you have something else you want to talk about?
Just drinking. That's all. Just drinking. All right, so let's talk the story about how I got this one.
Oh, right.
Loyalty is a big thing. Did get this through a loyalty relationship with the store. And boy, you're going to hate it when I tell you what the price on this bottle was. $140. What? Yes.
There's another video, I'll put it right there, where I mentioned you're the luckiest man I know. And you said, no, not really. BS.
Look here. That's the biggest thing, man. Always think about the good people that are good for you, whether they're just other people who are enthusiasts of the hobby or even store owners. Take care of them. They will take care of you. And we're in one of the states where you can do that. And I will say that this is one where I got it through a relationship with a store. And I got it for that price, and it was fantastic. And yes, I was really, really happy and excited to get this bottle. So with that being said, I'm seeing more George T Stagg in our state than I've seen in a long time. Doesn't mean you're going to find one, but it does mean that I've seen more. Yeah. So with that being said, I still would put the availability on this thing at maybe like at a 4. Some states I don't think sometimes even see this, and I heard we've gone years without George T Stagg being delivered to the state. I think last year was a really late release, like it came in March. So we didn't get anything for 2023. It showed up in 2024. So that's just another thing to think about. But what's inside the bottle? I mean, heck, what are you going to put this at? I said 14 for another bottle, 15 for this one. It's fantastic. I don't know if I put it higher than that, but then the value. All right, so if you get it MSRP and what I paid for it, I put the value at like 30 out of 10. Now, if you're going to pay secondary, I think this is a solid $400 to $500 bottle. If you see it out there, I probably will think about paying it for that. But I've seen it typically when you see this bottle, it's going to be 600 plus. So that I think is not a great value. So that would be the only thing that I put that as a knock on this one. Maybe I give it an 8.5 on value. But honestly, without giving it a 30 out of 10, I'm going to put it at a 9.5. I'm not going to give it I put it a step above what I think Coy Hill may be, but this is fantastic. This is absolutely great. A great experience in a bottle. It delivers. It lives up to the anticipation. It delivers up to the hype. This is one of those bottles you're going to hunt for a long time. You're going to get one and you're going to enjoy it. Batches vary from year to year, but this one, 2024, delivers.
Whenever you're not really sure what to order at a restaurant, you say, you go ahead and order. If you're, with your friends, you go ahead and order because I don't know what I want. And then you kind of get that panic. It's like it's time to place your order, right? And then you can't decide what you want. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Because here's the deal. I'm pretty sure I rated the 2022 George T Stagg at a 10.
Yeah.
I rated Coy Hill at a 10.
Yeah.
And here I am telling you off camera, I don't usually give 10s out. It's a 10.
Hey, nothing wrong with good whiskey, man.
I love this.
This finished, I think, third overall in the Minix. Yeah. And some people has finished first in their whiskey of the year category. So this is a fantastic bottle. They did the right thing with whatever they did with the George T Stagg release this year. So I am happy about it.
George T Stagg 2024 release. If you see it, then get it.
Within reason.
Within reason. So,
yeah.
Well, there you have it. If you don't mind, go ahead and like, subscribe, and smash that bell. If you smash the bell, it's going to help us grow. We certainly appreciate it. Henry, my man, you bring in the whiskey. I love it.
Hey, man, allocation season was good to me, and all we can do is share with the good people out there. So we'll see you guys on the next pour.